Good morning, friends. In the last lectures, we did problems related with the second law of thermodynamics, and that's why I am continuing. Maybe it's today's lectures is the last lectures, that is on the unit third, second law of thermodynamics. So after completion of these chapters, we can start fourth unit. So please note down today's problems. First problems: a house is maintained.
A house is maintained
At
23 degrees centigrade throughout the year.
throughout the year, a heat pump is used.
A heat pump is used to cool
The house in summer.
the house in summer and
Heat the house in winter.
and heat the house
In winter, the heat loss is
the heat loss is
0.4 kilowatt per degree
per degree difference between
outside and inside temperature.
outside and inside
Temperature. The outside temperature in winter
the outside temperature in winter and summer
are
-3 degree
centigrade and
43 degree centigrade respectively.
find the power required to drive the heat pump.
Find power required to drive the heat pump
for both cooling and heating.
for both cooling and heating.
As you know, heat pump we can use for the cooling purpose and heating purpose. A refrigerator we use that is only for cooling purpose. This is the main difference. And another difference between heat pump and refrigerator is the heat pump operates between the atmospheric temperatures and the space which is to be maintained, and refrigerators operates between the space which is to be maintained, means for cooling purpose, and to atmospheric temperatures. And these are the some of the difference. So what is given? A house is maintained at 23 degrees centigrades. So that's why I am yes in two parts. This 23 degrees centigrade. Suppose this is T2 temperatures, T1 temperature, throughout the years. A heat pump is used to cool the house in summer, and in winter the house is in winter. The heat loss. So first is the in summer. Suppose this is summer. In summer conditions, and outside temperatures, this is 43 degrees centigrade. So this is heat pump. This extract heat. This heat to work like as a refrigerators. This is Q1 and this is Q2 and this is T1 and this is T2. So what is given? The heat loss is heat loss 0.4 temperature difference between. So that's why 43 degrees centigrade and this is 23 degrees centigrade. This is heat loss, means this is equal to Q2 0.4, 43 and 23 means this is 20. 0.4 multiplied by 20, and this is 8 kilowatt. Right? And the COP of the pump. So in this case, what is important? This is to be maintained. So that's why we can use formula Q2 divided by W, or Q2, W is nothing but this is Q1 minus Q2, or same this is we can write T2 divided by T1 minus T2. These are the basic formulas. So COP equal to of pump equal to T2 temperatures. T2 temperature is the 23 degrees centigrade, means this is 23 plus 273, 296. T1 43 plus 273. This is T1 43 plus 273, 674. One 31 Kelvin. This is 316 minus 296, and this is equal to 20. COP of the pump equal to something 296 divided by 20, 14.8, but no need of the COP, or otherwise by using this formula COP pump equal to, by using this formula, Q2 divided by now work done. So we can use this data, and this is equal to 14.8 work done equal to Q2, this is 8 kilowatt. 8 kilowatt divided by 14.8, 8 divided by 14.8, this is equal to 0.5405 kilowatt. So this much is the work done is required during summer conditions. Now during winter, again we have to draw these flow diagrams. Minus 23 degrees centigrade means this is 296 Kelvin, this is T2. T1 temperatures, so in this case T1 temperatures minus 3 degrees centigrade. So we have to change these conditions because this T1 is higher, 296, and this T2 equal to lower, minus 3 is 270 Kelvin. And in this case during winter, heat is to be extracted from atmospheres, and that is given to the this is Q2, this is Q1, T1, T2. Again this Q equal to 8 kilowatt. No, sorry. This Q2 equal to, we have to use formula 0.4, this temperature difference, 296 minus 270, 0.4, so this difference is greater, that's why this value will be greater, 10.4 kilowatt. Again calculate COP of pump. COP of pump equal to, so what is important during winter conditions? So this heat is to be supplied, so that's why here's T1 divided by T1 minus T2. T1 is equal to, here's T2 because this is used as a cooling purpose, now this is heating purpose, so this is important, and in this case this is important, that's why we consider, and this is difference T1 minus T2, so you can take this is 296 and this T1 equal to 296. 296 divided by 26. $11.38 is the COP, and this is work as a pump, and this is work as a actually a refrigerators. Now another formula for COP of the pump equal to, so what is here important? Q1, this Q1 divided by work done. Now we don't know Q1, so that's why we'll use this formula, because we know Q2, so we can calculate Q1, and after that we can calculate W1, because W1 is nothing but this difference. So that's why Q1 minus 10.4. Now this is equal to 11.38. Q1 equal to 11.38 Q1 plus this is minus 118.4, right? Now take like terms, 11.38 minus this Q1 or 1, directly I am taking combined 11.38 minus Q1 this, and this is equal to, by taking these terms in the left hand sides, 118.4. Now Q equal to divided by 10.38. This is equal to 11.40. Q1 equal to 11.40 kilowatt. Now work done, this is nothing but Q1 minus Q2. So 11.40 minus, this is 10.4. This is equal to 1 kilowatt. So during winters, we require more power as compared to during the summers, when the temperature difference is the 43 degrees centigrade and 23 degrees centigrade. Means this heat pump work efficiently because it requires less powers, and this is requires more power. This depends on the environment conditions. Try to understand these problems. That's why I taken this problem. Note down next problems. A heat engine is used.
A heat engine is used to drive
A heat pump the heat transfers
from the heat engine
and from heat pump
and from heat pump
are used to heat the water
are used to heat the water
circulating through
radiator
of the
building, radiators of the building.
The efficiency of the heat engine is
The efficiency of heat engine is 27 percentage,
and the COP of the pump is
and the COP of the pump is 4.
evaluate the ratio
Evaluate the ratio
of heat transfer to the circulating water
to the circulating
water to the heat transfer to the heat transfer to the heat
to the heat transfer to the heat engine.
So first try to extract what is given and what is to be calculated.
So in this case, data, this is 27% efficiency, 27% COP 4 of refrigerators or heat pump. Evaluate the ratio. So first, a heat engine is used to drive a heat engine. Suppose this is heat engine, T1 temperatures not given. This is Q1, amount of the heat. This is Q2, T2. So directly coupled. This is work done. So we'll focus after that. First we'll attach this. And in this case, this is heat pump, means this will extract heat, and this is, suppose this is T3, this is T4, this is Q3, and this is Q4, right? So what is to be calculated? A ratio formula. Yes, this is our ratio, or evaluate the ratio of heat transfer to the circulating water. So that's why heat transfer to heat engine. Briefly I am writing, this is heat engine, and circulating heat transfer to the circulating, briefly H2O. Now heat transfer to heat engines. So this is Q1. Heat transfer to the circulating waters. So this is the circulating waters, means T2 instead of the atmospheres. So here we have to change the directions. Why this direction is to be changed? Because this T4 is the this is circulating water, and this heat pump so I think because this is to be for heating purpose, so that's why I think this directions is correct. Right, this is correct. So that's why now heat transfers to the circulating waters, so this is combined Q2 plus Q3. Right, or any changes? Evaluate the ratio of the heat transfer to the circulating water to the heat transfers to the heat engine. So actually this ratio is changed, and this is asked what is heat transfer to the circulating water H2O plus heat transfer to the heat engines. So this is right. So that's why Q2 divided by Q3 divided by Q1. Right? Now what is given as per the given data? COP or efficiency of heat engines equal to what is formula? This is heat transfers, means we have to consider this formula in terms of the heat transfers. So what is output? W, this is output, and input Q1, because this is input and this is output. So this W efficiency equal to 0.27, and this W we can write this is Q1 minus Q2, this is Q1, 0.27 Q1 minus Q2, or Q2 equal to, by taking this Q2 in the left hand side and this is in the right hand side, this is 0.77 Q1, Q2 equal to, alright, Q2 equal to 0.77 Q1. Let us will do, because this is in terms of Q1. So if we are getting this Q3 in terms of the Q1s, so this will be get cancelled. Similarly, COP of pump equal to, now this is COP of the pump. What is output? Because this is desired, pump means Q3. This is output, and input work W. So this Q3 equal to, we can write Q4, this is higher, minus Q3, alright, and this is equal to 4, Q4 minus Q3. Now again multiplications, cross multiplications, 4Q4, 4Q3, this is equal to Q3. By taking this is in the right hand sides, Q4 equal to, we can write this is 4 and this is 1, 5, this is Q3, divided by 4. This is 1.25 Q3. Q4 equal to 1.25 Q3, and this is in terms of Q1, but we require this is in terms of so instead of the Q4 minus Q3, we can directly write yes, because same work does. Instead of the Q4 minus Q3, because same, so work done equal to, we can write this is Q1 minus Q2. Are you getting this? Why this is Q1? Because same work does. So that's why we can write here's work done equal to Q1 minus Q2. So that's why Q1 minus Q2. So this is Q3 Q1. So we will keep this is Q1 minus Q2 equal to this is we already derived. So that's why we can write this is 0.77 Q1. Now we can write this is Q3 equal to 4 Q1 plus 4 into, now by taking this is common, 0.23 Q1, 0.23 multiplied by 4 into Q1 means this is 0.92 Q1, Q3 equal to. Now by putting this is equation first or formula first, so that's why ratio equal to, now directly we can put Q2 equal to this is 0.77 Q1 plus 0.92 Q1 divided by this is Q1 0.77 plus 0.92 1.69, this is 1, this 1.69, and this ratio this is to be evaluated. So we did mistake any, and this is 27 27, sorry, this is 73 073 Q1, this is 073 Q1, this is 27 and this is 108 means this is 1.81. So step of the silly mistake in the calculations, mistake maybe happens during the examinations. Note down today's third problem. An engine with %30 efficiency drives a refrigerators. Again, this is combined, drives a refrigerator having a COP of 5. What is the heat input into the engine if 10 megajoule of heat is removed from the cold body by the refrigerator, find the total quantity of heat rejected. Find the total quantity of heat rejected to the surrounding. So in this case also this is combined because heat engine is Q2 and I think this is Q4. So first we will draw figure. This is T1 temperatures. This is T2 temperatures. This is work done. Q1. This is Q2. Now refrigerators. So which temperatures? This is the refrigerator. So that's why again we have to use, because this is atmosphere. So that's why we can consider this is T3 and this is T4 and this is Q4. Alright, because this is temperatures. Alright. T2 equal to T3. What is the heat input into the 10 is removed from the cold body. Removed from the cold body means this is Q4 equal to 10 megajoule. And this is only given data. Right. And this is given data. So what is to be calculated? Q2 and Q3. We'll try to find out. This is solution. Now COP of heat engines efficiency equal to 27%, means 27, and what is here's input Q1, output W. So this is Q1 minus Q2 divided by Q1. Right? And this is 0.27 Q1 minus Q2. So against Q2 equal to, we got this is 0.73 into Q1. So this is one relations. And next, COP of refrigerators equal to, what is formula? So what is output? This is desired, Q4, this is desired. So that's why we can write here Q4 divided by W. What is input? W. And this is equal to 10 megajoule, means multiplied by, for conversions we can write 1000. This is W equal to, we can write this is Q1 minus Q2, and this Q2 equal to 0. So this is COP of the refrigerators. This is given 5. This is given 5, and this is 10,000 Q1, Q2 0.73 Q1, right? That's why I am writing here Q1 equal to 10,000 divided by 5, and this remaining 0.27. Now Q1 equal to 10,000 divided by 5 divided by, this is 7,000 kilo, no sorry, this is kilo joule. Q1 equal to, Q2 equal to 0.73. First we'll calculate what it may be. After that we'll see. Kilo joule. Unit is important. Q2. So what is, calculate Q3. Now W equal to, by using this basic formula, W equal to, so what is, this is higher, W equal to Q3 minus Q4, because this is higher, Q3 difference minus Q4, W equal to, and W equal to, what is, W equal to, we can write this is Q1 minus Q2, Q1 minus Q2, right? Now Q3 is unknown, Q4 this is given 10, means this is 10,000, Q1 equal to, we already calculated, this is 7407 minus Q2 5, this is right. And this is equal to 2000, and this is 10,000 minus Q3. So Q3 equal to, I got 12,000 kilo joule, right? And what is asked? Find the total quantity of heat rejected to the surrounding. So that's why, because this is the Q2 and Q3, so that's why the total quantity of heat rejected to the surrounding equal to, because this is Q2 and Q3, this is the amount of the heat that is rejected to the surrounding.
That's why I combine this 5407 plus Q3 12,000, and this is equal to 17,407 kilojoule. So this much amount of the heat that is rejected to the surroundings. Now I think you understand problems related with the second law of thermodynamics. So these problems are sufficient to solve any problems related with the second law of thermodynamics. So I am not taking your too much times for the second law of thermodynamics. So that's why I declare that this second law of thermodynamics, this chapter is completed here, and in the next class I will start, which is important chapters, I think, ideal gases and its properties, then that may be unit 4th and 5th. So that we will start, because total 7 unit. So in the next class I will start your unit is the ideal gases, because this is also important. Properties of the pure substance, this is 7 chapters. Ideal gases and process of ideal gas. Availability chapters is the unit 4th, unit 5th, and this is entropy. But this entropy, for understanding about the entropy and for understanding about the availability, I think ideal gas and properties of the with ideal gas, this is important chapters. So that's why we will first complete the basic chapters which are required to understand the remaining units. So next class will start unit 6th, that is ideal gas and properties with ideal gas. Today we will stop here, and we can continue in the next class, that is chapter 6th, ideal gases and process with ideal gas and processes with the ideal gas. Thank you.